Hi, I'm Phylicia Rashad. As parents, we're all concerned about our children's education. And since the day they were born, whether we know it or not, we have been their most important teachers. Their being in school doesn't mean our part of the job is finished. The lessons we teach at home in responsibility, listening, respect, build the self-confidence that all children need before they can learn. The Parent Institute suggests many practical ways we can help our children build the skills and attitudes that will help them do better in school. Don't underestimate your influence, because when it comes to your child, you make the difference.
As you, lizard breath.
My name is Elizabeth.
Whatever.
Go away.
No, you go away.
Billy, go to your own room. Beth, I mean it. Not another peep until I call you for dinner. Remember when we couldn't wait for them to talk? Even when I don't always like what I hear, I want my kids to feel they can talk to me. And if we want our children to talk to us, we have to show them we care enough to really listen when they do. Through reading and talking to other parents, I found there are lots of simple things I can do to keep the lines of communication open. Things like do things as a family, listen to behavior, not just words. Tell them you love them every day, give lots of hugs and kisses. Don't give advice when you should be listening. Use commuting time to talk. Make dates with your kids. Ask about school every day. Use active listening. Get to know their teachers. Read aloud to them. Sounds pretty involved when all strung together like that, but each of these ideas is pretty simple to use. Let's have a look. Very good, honey. I can tell you've really been studying your lines. Let's go over that last part again.
Hey, Mom.
I said, just a minute, Billy. That's right, Dorothy. Just click your heels 3 times and say...
There's no place like home. There's no place like...
Mom.
That's right, honey. Go on.
There's no place like...
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
Billy, we need some cooperation here. Beth's plays this afternoon.
You eat your roaches before I let you go home.
Gross, Mom.
All right, mister. Time out. Let's have a little chat. Billy, honey, what's going on? You've been out of control all week.
I didn't put the bug in her cereal.
We both know there wasn't any bug. You're usually my helper in the morning. It's not like you to make a fuss for no reason. What's wrong?
Well, it's no big deal.
Mom, I still need to practice the end.
Billy, anytime anything's bothering you, it's a big deal to me. And I want to hear all about it, but I can't right now. Beth and I have only a few more minutes before I have to take her to school, and your carpool will be here any time.
I know.
Tonight, after Beth goes to bed, we'll make some time for just the 2 of us. No TV, no phone calls, no work from the office, just time to visit, okay? You're my special boy. Now come on and get your lunch and wish your sister luck.
Break a leg, lizard breath. Don't worry. You'll do fine.
See you tonight, honey. Have a good day. And remember, don't leave the front of the building till Mr. Cruz pulls up. I love you.
Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Billy.
Morning, Billy. How's your family?
Morning, Mr. Cruz. Everybody's fine.
Well, I'm sorry I got in too late to tell you last night. I'm really proud of what you did on that math test, baby. I know how hard you studied, and it really paid off, didn't it?
Dad, I'm not a baby anymore, remember?
So, Billy, what do you think of your new teacher?
She's okay, I guess, for a teacher.
Don't listen to him, Dad. She's a witch. She hates me.
Really? I wouldn't have guessed that from your good grades. What makes you think she doesn't like you?
You've seen her. She bosses me around all the time. Like yesterday, when we were supposed to pick partners for gym class, she wouldn't let me be with Susanna.
Why not?
She said it was because we should get to know other people in the class.
That doesn't sound like such a bad idea.
Oh, right. Except then she paired me up with that geek, Allison Webb. Susanna and Shirley got to be partners, and they ate lunch together, and they didn't invite me.
You could have been lunch with me.
But Susanna's supposed to be my best friend. My best girlfriend, that is.
Sounds like you were feeling kind of left out.
I did. Then I was mean to Susanna, and she said she'd never speak to me again.
Well, this sounds serious. Susanna's an important friend. What are you going to do?
Mom let me bring an extra V8 for lunch today. Susanna loves V8. She says it's sophisticated. Except her brother's allergic to tomatoes, so they never have it at her house.
You think a can of V8 will take care of the problem?
Not exactly, Dad. I'll say I'm sorry, too. If she will.
Well, I'm sure you girls will work things out. But just remember, babe, Rhonda, you'll always be the most important girl in the world to me.
Hi, Mrs. Rush.
Good morning, Rhonda. Good morning, Billy.
Parents, they're so mushy. Hi, Rada. Hi, Sean. Oh, gosh. Homework. What are you gonna
Now that your sister's asleep, you want to tell me what's been bothering you?
Nothing, really. I'm just sick of that stupid play. I'm really glad it's over.
You know, with all the rehearsing Beth and I needed to get her ready, I haven't had much time to spend with you. Did that bother you?
Nah. Maybe a little.
I've had to bring a lot of work home lately, too. You know, if it seemed like I was spending all my spare time with Beth or my work, I can see how that might have made you mad.
I don't care if I ever see the Wizard of Oz again.
I can understand that. You know, honey, it's okay to say you're mad. It's okay to tell me if you're feeling ignored. But it's not okay to call your sister lizard breath.
Mom, since Beth's had all this extra attention for the play, isn't it my turn to have some special time with you?
Well, that's just what I was thinking, which is why I brought this. Let's see. Beth goes to play at Melanie's on Saturday. That leaves us 2 whole hours to ourselves. Here, why don't you write it in my calendar?
On the way to school today, we passed that construction site I told you about. They've got the big cranes up now.
Well, sounds like the perfect place to spend with my favorite construction expert. You know, honey, if you wanted to stay up past your bedtime to read your new book, I wouldn't mind.
Thanks, Mom.
That went by pretty fast. Let's go back and take a closer look.
There's no place like...
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
Billy. Listen to your kids' behavior as well as their words. If a child is driving you crazy, it probably means something's bothering him, too.
Like yesterday, when we were supposed to pick partners for gym class, she wouldn't let me be with Susanna.
Why not?
She said it was because we should get to know other people in the class.
That doesn't sound like such a bad idea.
Use some of the thousands of hours you spend in the car with your kids for real conversation. But be sure you don't take advantage of your captive audience or bury them in advice. Listen to how they see their problems and help them find a solution.
Just remember, babe, Rhonda, you'll always be the most important girl in the world to me.
As much as they may pretend they don't, our kids need to hear how much we love them. Lots of times a day and in lots of different ways.
Beth goes to play at Melanie's on Saturday. That leaves us 2 whole hours to ourselves. Here, why don't you write it in my calendar?
Sometimes kids want to talk when you just can't stop to listen. It's okay to postpone the conversation, as long as you explain why, and be sure you keep the date you make to talk later. We may not always like what we hear, but talking and listening to our kids is one of the most important ways we can show how much we love them. And it's one way that parents make the difference. The ideas you've seen here are only a few of those offered in the Parent Institute booklet on talking and listening to your children. So talk with your children's teachers. Talk with other parents and see what works for them. Because there are hundreds of ideas you can use, and if you start with just one, it's a step in the right direction.